A very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome back for the Civics first year class. Yesterday, we have discussed democracy. We have started with democracy and we have discussed the features of democracy, and we have also discussed the devices of direct democracy. Okay, today we will discuss merits of democracy and demerits of democracy. So let us discuss merits of democracy. So before that, let us discuss what is democracy. We know the word democracy, it is derived from two Greek words, demos and kratios, which means people and the power respectively. So demos means people and kratos means power. So democracy means people's power. That is the rule by the people. Today we will discuss the merits of democracy. The first merit is, it is an efficient form of government. See here, the representatives, they are directly elected by the people. The representatives in the democracy, they are directly elected by the people. So here the government is representative and as well as responsible. They are responsible and responsive to the people. The representatives, they are responsible and responsive. That means they are answerable to the people. So whatever decisions are taken by the government, okay, they can be questioned. They can be questioned. So whenever the laws are implemented, they are, consulted with the administrative experts. So when the laws are made, they are consulted. So that is why we are saying that it is an efficient form of government. It is an efficient form of government. Now, it upholds individual liberties. Democracy, it protects the liberty of the people. It is in the democratic country, the people enjoy maximum liberty. Liberty means freedom. So people enjoy their liberties through the rights. Okay, only in democratic countries, people, they enjoy rights. Okay, and these rights are incorporated in the Constitution. They are guaranteed by the Constitution. Am I clear till here? Okay, so the first merit of democracy is, it is an efficient form of government. It is an efficient form of government. And the second is, individual's liberty is protected. Uphold means protected. How the liberties are protected? The fundamental rights of the people are incorporated in the Constitution, and through Constitution, the rights are protected. So democracy, it is an efficient form of government. It upholds individuals' liberty. Let us move to the next. Okay, next is importance to equality. In democracy, people enjoy equal rights and liberties. There is no discrimination on the basis of religion, language, gender, etc. So people, they enjoy equality in democracy. The importance is given to equality. There is no discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, gender, language, etc. It is only in democratic countries equality is provided. Next is political awareness. Political awareness. Okay, so through election campaigning, people get educated about the political system, how they should exercise their rights. Okay, their political rights, especially their political rights. So this use of or exercise of political rights make them politically aware. They get trained. Okay, so there is political awareness in democracy. I'll repeat all the 4 points. Okay, so the first is, it is an efficient form of government where the representatives, they are responsible and answerable to the people. Okay, whenever they are making laws, they have to consult, they have to discuss with the administrative experts. Then second one is, it upholds the liberties. Uphold means protect. In democracy, the liberty, the rights and the freedoms of the people, they are protected by the constitution. By the constitution. When these rights are given in the constitution, the court will protect your rights. Then there is importance to equality. In democracy, there is no discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, gender, etc. And there is political awareness. In democratic countries, people, it elects its government. So through election campaigning, they come to know about the various political parties, their manifesto, and they will be able to make decisions for using their right to vote. So in democratic countries, people, they enjoy political rights. Next is democracy. It gives preference to public opinion. Okay, so in democracy, the policies are made on the basis of public opinion. Yesterday, we have discussed direct democratic devices. In that, we have discussed plebiscite. So the opinion of the people is final. The next is, there is no danger of revolution, as government can be changed through elections. There is no reason or there is no question of revolting against the government. And democracy, it supports world peace. It promotes world peace. It is against war and violence. I hope I'm clear with this. So let us discuss the demerits of democracy. Okay, so coming definition or introduction, you can write same as we have written for merits. That is the word democracy. It is derived from 2 Greek words, demos and kathos. Okay, which means people and the power respectively. And democracy, it means it is ruled by the people. It is the power of the people. So what are the demerits of democracy? It is an expensive government. Democracy, it is an expensive form of government because lot of money is spent on organizing elections and conducting elections. Lot of money is spent on organizing and conducting elections. See, if it is a federal form of government, then elections have to be conducted for union government and for the state governments. So there is a lot of expenditure of the government. That is why we say it is an expensive government. Then there is another demerit of democracy. It is weak and unstable. So in modern scenario, now there is a trend of forming coalition governments. So what is this coalition governments? When a party doesn't get the majority in the legislature, they'll take the support of other parties and they form the government. So that is called as coalition government. So this is a new trend in forming the government. So democracy, it leads in if a government is a coalition government, if a government is a coalition government, then it may be unstable. The supporting parties, the parties which are supporting, they may withdraw the support and government may fall. So that is why we are saying that it is an unstable government. Okay, so the first demerit, it is an expensive government, and the next is it is weak and unstable. Okay, we cannot assure, if it is a coalition government, we cannot assure that it will complete 5 years of tenure. Next, government by the minorities. Okay. If you see, here we are saying government by the minorities. We say the party which secures maximum seats in the legislature, that party will form the government. But if you see the opposition, okay, if you add the numbers of members of all the opposition parties, there will be more than the majority party. So that is why we say it is a government by minorities. It is a government by minorities. Okay, and there is discouragement to intellectual development. There is discouragement to intellectual development. It means that the intellectuals, they keep distance from the elections. They don't want to get involved in election. They don't want to come into politics. Okay, intellectuals. So many times we have witnessed that the people who are, intelligent, they have knowledge of politics, but they couldn't win the elections. Okay, they lose the elections. So that is another reason. So that is a discouragement. When they don't win, they get discouraged and they keep away from the politics. Okay, so these are the demerits of democracy. So let us now move to the next question. Conditions necessary for the success of democracy. Okay, this is another important question. You can expect it this time, a very important question. So democracy, it is regarded as the best form of government, and India is the largest democratic country in the world. So for the success of democracy, certain conditions are to be satisfied. What are that? Let us see. Independent and impartial press. Press means your media, newspapers and news channels. They should be free from the control of political parties. Okay, media, that is press, should be impartial. They should, give the correct information. They should take the people's problem into the notice of the government. They should bring political awareness among the people. Instead of supporting a political party, the press should work to, bring political awareness among the people. They should take the people's problem to the notice of the government. So, and independent means it should not be under the control of any political party. Next, if a constitution is written constitution, okay, then the rights of the people are protected and they can enjoy their liberty, they can enjoy their freedom. So in a democratic country, the constitution should be a written constitution. And the list of political and other rights should be incorporated in it. So it is an essential condition. The constitution of a democratic country should be a written constitution so that the party in power, the government, cannot misuse the powers. The next is urge and thirst for the democracy. Urge and thirst for the democracy. Okay, so people should have interest in the political activities. Okay, people should know their rights. People should know their duties. They should have urge for electing a good government, and they should support that government which is working for the welfare of the people. Instead of getting influenced by the political leaders, they should vote for the leaders who are capable of, working for the people. Next is eternal vigilance and will to act. So people should be aware. Vigilance means they should have awareness. People should have awareness about their rights and duties, and if they are aware, they'll be able to protect their rights. So people should be vigilant in enjoying their rights and fulfilling their duties. Okay, people should have knowledge about their rights and they should have willingness to work for the welfare of the nation. So eternal vigilance, that is the involvement of people, should be there. They should be vigilant enough. Vigilant in the sense they should be alert, aware of their rights and duties. The next is independence of judiciary. Judiciary, it is the third organ of the government, which judiciary is a third of the government, which will, if any law which is unconstitutional, judiciary can declare those laws as invalid. So if judiciary is independent, if it is free from the control of legislature and executive, then it can provide justice. So it is one of the important feature of democracy. The judiciary must be independent. Okay. The next is strong opposition. Okay. The opposition should be strong enough to check the ill laws made by the ruling party. So that is another important feature. The opposition should be strong enough to question the government on the laws or the policies they have made. If opposition is not strong, then the unnecessary laws or policies can be made by the government. So opposition should be strong. The next is regular elections. Okay, independent, free and fair elections should be conducted regularly for the success of democracy. If elections are not conducted, then we can't say that it is a democratic country. So regular elections should be conducted. We'll move back and check the conditions necessary for the success of democracy once again. Okay, what are the important side headings? The first is independent and impartial press. That is, the media should be independent, free from the control of political parties, and they should act impartially. They should not support any political party, and they should take the problems of the people to the government, and they should bring awareness among the people. The next is constitution should be written. So it is one of the essential conditions for the success of democracy. If our rights and duties are clearly mentioned in the constitution, we can enjoy our rights. Next is urge and thrust for the democracy. People should have willingness, okay, to enjoy their rights and perform their duties. So that is another important condition for the success of democracy. Then eternal vigilance and willingness to act. That is, people should be vigilant about their rights and duties. Okay, vigilant or vigilance means they should be aware of their rights and duties. Next is independence of judiciary. Judiciary should be free from the control of legislature and executive, and they should decide the cases on the merit without being partial. The next is strong opposition. Strong opposition will check the misuse of the power by the ruling party. And then is regular elections. Independent, impartial and free election is another necessary condition for the success of democracy. Right? See, when we are saying democracy, the representatives are elected. So for electing the government, elections should be conducted regularly. I hope I'm clear with this. Let us move to very short answers. The first one is define democracy. See, here again, you can write the introduction, which you have learned in the first question. Okay. It is a Greek word derived, it is derived from the Greek word demos and kratos, which means people and the rule respectively. So in what is democracy? It is people's rule. We can say it is people's rule. And yesterday we have discussed these definitions. Definition given by Abraham Lincoln. That is, what is democracy? It is a government of the people, by the people and for the people. And according to J.R. Seeley, democracy is a government in which everyone has a share. So these two definitions will fetch you 2 marks. Then what is indirect democracy? Yesterday, while explaining you democracy, when we started, I told you democracy is of 2 types, direct and indirect. So what is indirect democracy? Indirect democracy is also known as representative democracy. Here what happens? People will elect their representatives, and these representatives will make law or participate in, government activities on behalf of the people. So that is called as representative democracy. The other name for indirect democracy is representative democracy. So people will elect their representatives through election. Okay, in indirect democracy, the representatives are elected through elections, and this representative rules the country. These representatives, they rule the country on behalf of the people, on behalf of the people. So it is the most popular form of government. Okay, examples are India, America, and France. Okay, these are few examples of indirect democracy. In India, we have indirect democracy. So what is indirect democracy? It is also known as representative democracy. Please keep these words in your mind. Indirect democracy is also known as representative democracy. Okay. Examples you can give: India, America. Any two examples are enough. So let us move to the next question. We have discussed indirect democracy. Now let us see what is direct democracy. The other name for direct democracy is pure democracy. Direct democracy is also known as pure democracy. On this type of democracy, it existed in ancient times in Greek and Roman city-states. Okay, now very few small countries. Yesterday I told you, small countries like Switzerland, there we have this type of democracy. Now this direct democracy, it is suitable for small countries with less population. And indirect democracy, it is suitable for large countries with huge population. So Switzerland, it is a small country with less population. So there we have direct democracy. Okay. So what happens in direct democracy? In this, people directly participate in the administrative and legislative affairs of the government. So here, people are directly participating in lawmaking. Like in the indirect democracy, people, they are electing their representatives, and those representatives are making laws on behalf of the people. But here, the people, they directly participate in the administrative and legislative process. Okay, I told you it is suitable for small countries with less population. And yesterday we have discussed the devices of democracy, that is referendum, initiative, recall, and plebiscite. These are the 4 devices of direct democracy. I hope I am clear with this. Now, let us move to the next question, that is, what is recall? Yesterday, I told you when we did direct democratic devices, I told you recall means call back or remove. Call back or remove. So it is one of the devices of direct democracy. Here, the elected representatives, if they fail to perform their duties properly, if they fail to perform their obligations properly, then they can be called back or they can be removed. So with this, with the fear of getting removed, okay, with the fear of getting called back, okay, the representatives, they work with more, responsibility. Okay, they become more responsible, and this will prevent corruption. This will prevent corruption. Okay, so this is recall. The next one is, what is public opinion? Okay. So in democracy, public opinion, it plays a very important role. So what do you mean by public opinion? Public opinion is nothing but the views of the people on important political issues and government policies. Okay, what does the people think about political issues and government policies? That forms the public opinion. That we call it as public opinion. So media, education, social conditions, etc., they play an important role in molding public opinion. Okay, and this word public opinion, it was coined by John Locke. Okay, John Locke, he used the word public opinion for the first time. So we say it was coined. Coined means used for the first time. Okay, the word public opinion was used for the first time by John Locke. So what is public opinion? It is nothing but the views of the people on political issues and government policies. Political issues and government policies. With this, we have completed your democracy. Now let us move to the next chapter, your third chapter, nation, nationality and nationalism. Again, the weightage for this chapter is 7 marks. Okay, that means you will get 1 SAQ and 1 BSAQ from this chapter. Okay, the most important SAQs I have put on the screen, SAQs and BSAQs. The first one is essential elements of nationality, then difference between the state and the nation, difference between the nation and nationality, and merits of nationalism. You can expect 1 question out of this 4. And VSAQs, what is meant by nationality? See, if you are learning SAQs, I told you earlier also, if you are learning SAQs, you will be able to learn VSAQs easily. Then importance of nationalism and demerits of nationalism. These are the important questions from this chapter. Now let us start with the essential elements of nationality. So different political thinkers, they give different definitions. Okay, we will take the best one, that is given by R.G. Gettle. Okay, so according to him, what is nationality? Nationality is a population having common bounds. Okay, nationality is population having common bounds of what? Of race. They belong to one particular race. Okay, then language. Okay, religion, traditions and history. So all this, any one of this will help in forming a nation. So any one of these, common race, common language, common religion or customs and history, will contribute in the formation of a nation. Okay, so let us see the essential elements. The first one is purity of race. Now first, let me know what is race? What do you mean by race? Okay, race is a distinct feature of a group of people, like this color of their skin, color of their hairs, color of their eyes, okay, then structure of their skull. All this contributes to the race. Okay, if you see all Indians, they have similar color of their hair and skin. Okay, so racial purity, it promotes nationality. Each racial people will have distinctive features like hair, color of skin, etc. And this will bring unity among them. So when there is unity among them, they will form into a nation. So the first feature is, or first element of nationality is purity of race. Okay, the next is common language. See, language is a medium of communication where we will express our ideas to others. So if people, they speak common language, they can easily form into a nation. Okay, this is a psychological unity. Okay, people having common language, when they are speaking to the people who understands them in a better way, they get connected to each other. So it leads to psychological unity among the people. So, however, there are nations where people speak more than one language, like India. In India, every state has got its different language, but India is one nation. Okay, so I'll repeat this two again. The first one is purity of the race, where they form a nation with distinctive features like color of the hair, color of skin, okay, structure of their skull or body, okay. And this will bring unity among the people. The next is common language, okay. People speaking common language, they can easily form a nation. Example, the Bangladesh. If you take example, Bangladesh, it was purely formed on the basis of language, okay. So there are nations where we have people speaking more than one language. Here we have taken example of India, okay. I hope I'm clear with this. Next is common religion. Now, this common religion, it promotes a strong bond of unity among the people in the formation of nationality through common ideas. Through common ideas. Now, in present day, it has lost its significance. Now, we don't give importance to it, but nations are formed on the basis of religion, okay. For example, Pakistan, okay, it is formed on the basis of religion. So, but still, there are many nations where there are, people with other religions, people of more than one religion, they are living together, like India. Okay, so common religion is also one of the elements for forming a nation, The next is geographical unity. Okay, people residing in a definite territory, they develop the, feeling of oneness among themselves. They develop a feeling of oneness and unity among themselves. So this is another element for nationality. They become like-minded. Their habits are the same. Okay. The next is common history. So history, it binds people together to form into a nation. If you see the history of India, it was the aspirations of the people of India to get independence from the Britishers. So they came together and they formed a independent India. So this nationalist feelings are developed through common history. The history inspires people to bind them together and develop the feeling of nationality. Okay. So what are the elements? There are 5 elements. There are 5 elements of nationality. The first one is purity of race, then common language, then common religion, geographical unity, and common history. Let us now discuss the difference between the nation and the state. What are the differences between the nation and the state? So nation, it consists of people belonging to one group. Nation, it is of one group. The people, they belong to one group. But state consists of people belonging to more than one group. Okay, belonging to one group or more than one group. So nation will have people of only one group, but state may have people of one group or more than one group. Okay, and this nation, it is formed before the state. Nation forms before the state, and state, it is formed after nation. So here we can say nation, it preceded the state. Okay. Now, if you see people of a nation, they'll have common goals. And there is a feeling of oneness among the people. Okay. People of a nation will have a common goal. For example, before independence, India was a nation. The people of India, they had a common goal of getting freedom from Britishers. They had feeling of oneness. But what is state? State is nothing but a people who have organized by law within a definite territory. Okay, state is nothing but people organized by law within a definite territory. Now, nations are formed on the basis of historical and cultural aspects. Okay, cultural aspects. Nation, it is formed on the basis of history and culture, but state, it is a political and legal structure. We have discussed state in previous class, that state is a political organization. Okay. Nation is formed when people live together for a long period of time. If people are living together for a long period of time, they will form into a nation. But state, it is formed either by unification. Unification means small independent states coming together and forming a big political community, or by partition of big states. Okay, or by partition of big states. States are formed either by unification or by partition. So let us now discuss the difference between nation and nationality. Okay, so what is nation? Nation is a group of people united by common territory, either independent or desiring to be independent. So what is nation? It is the group of people who are united by a common territory, who are living in a territory. Either they are independent or they have a desire. They are desiring to be independent. Okay, then what is nationality? Nationality is a group or portion of population who have common factors, who have got common factors like purity of race, common religion, common language. Okay, any of the factors, they will form into a nationality. What is nation? It is a group of people who are united by a common territory. They are independent or they want to be independent. But nationality is a group or portion of population which have some common factors. So let us see the differences. So nation, it is a political concept. Nation, it is a political concept, whereas nationality, it is a psychological feeling. Nationality is your feeling towards your country. Okay, so nation is always politically organized. It is politically organized state, whereas nationality is always unorganized and it is a flexible feeling. Just for an example, when India wins a match, you feel proud to be an Indian. If India loses a match, you feel ashamed. So that is your feeling, which is flexible. It is changing. So it is an unorganized feeling. Okay, it is an unorganized feeling. So nation is always independent. Nation is always independent and nationality is not independent. Okay, nationality, it is a psychological feeling. So it is not independent. It changes with your feelings. Okay, there cannot be a nation without nationality. There can be nationality without nation. Okay, if you don't belong to a particular country, even then you will have, a positive feeling for that country. Okay, so this is just a feeling. Nationality is your psychological feeling. So it can be there without nation. You don't belong to, Syria or any other country, but when something happens there, you feel bad about it, right? So you are not the citizen or not the, you don't have the nationality of that country, but still you have feeling for it. Okay, so there can be nationality without nation. People who form into a nation should obey the laws of the state. Okay, so when you form into a nation, you have to obey the laws of the state. Okay, until nationality forms into nation, there cannot be laws. Okay. Here what happens, see, we have discussed a nation preceded the state. Nation formed first, then state is formed. So here, until nationality is formed, until a nation is formed into a, until a nationality is formed into a nation, there cannot be any laws. But we will follow certain rules on our best. This is the differences between nation and nationality. So you have two differences in this: nation and state, nation and nationality. So you can expect one question from these two questions. So let us now discuss the next question, a simple question: merits of nationalism. Okay, what are the merits of nationalism? So what is nationalism? We have discussed what is nation, we have discussed what is nationality. I told you nationality is a psychological feeling. Then what is this nationalism? Nationalism is your love towards your nation. Okay, it is your love towards your nation. And this plays a very important role in maintaining world peace. For maintenance of world peace, this nationalism, this feeling plays a very important role. And it inspires the people in fighting against the foreign rule. It is this nationalism, the love for our country, inspired our freedom fighters to fight with Britishers for our independence. So nationalism, it is nothing but it is love towards the nation. It is love towards the nation. Okay, so let us see the merits now. So nationalism, it promotes unity among the people. Okay, nationalism, it will promote oneness among the people. Unity means oneness among the people. Okay, it reduces the differences among the people. So when it is promoting unity, it is reducing the differences of caste, religion, etc. Okay, then it develops better understanding among the people. So people will understand each other in a better way. And this makes the people obey the government and follow the laws. So this nationalism, it will make the people obey the government and follow the laws. So what are the merits of nationalism? It will promote unity among the people. It reduces the differences among the people. It develops the better understanding, and it makes people obey the government and follow the laws. So these are few merits of nationalism. Okay, next is people's cooperation to the government results in achieving progress of a nation in a short period. Okay, if there is a feeling of nationalism among the people, if they are cooperating with the government, then they can achieve, the country can develop faster. Okay, progress faster in a short period of time. Then it fastens development of the nation and it secures political stability. Okay, the feeling of nationalism, it will secure political stability. It creates peaceful atmosphere in the society. Okay, and it helps in development of culture, language, literature, etc. of the nation. So this nationalism, the love towards your country, will contribute to the development of your nation, your language, your culture, your literature. Okay, so that is merits of nationalism. So let us now discuss very short answers from this chapter. What is meant by nationality? Okay, nationality, it is your legal status in a state, your identity in your state. Okay, I am born in India, I am a citizen of India. So my identity is I am an Indian. I am an Indian. This is my nationality. This is my nationality. They are so people living in a nation, They are bound with some common factors like, common language, common religion. Okay. And this promotes unity among them. Okay. The next is they demand self-rule. People having common identity, common legal status, they demand self-rule. Example, people of India are called Indians, and Indians all together, they fought with Britishers and they achieved independence, freedom from the Britishers. Next is importance of nationalism. Okay, what is the importance of nationalism? What is nationalism? It is your love towards your country. So is it important? Yes, it is important because it helps us in getting freedom from the foreign rule. It was love of our freedom fighters towards our nation. They fought with the Britishers and we got freedom from the Britishers. So in getting freedom from the foreign rule, nationalism is important. And this nationalism will help in developing unity and achieving common goals. The goal of all the freedom fighters was achieving freedom. So they came together, irrespective of their caste, religion, they came together and they fought with the Britishers. So nationalism, it develops unity among the people. And it helps in achieving progress of a nation. It prevents economic exploitation. Nationalism, it prevents economic exploitation. Let us see the demerits of nationalism. So, see, everything has positives and negatives. Where a nationalism, the love for your country, it is contributing for the welfare of your country. Similarly, it has got some demerits, like it will make you extremely proud of your nation. Okay, this feeling of nationalism, it will make you extremely proud of your nation, and you will start feeling that all other nations are inferior to you. So it makes people extremely proud of their nation. And sometimes this extreme proudness will result in developing hatred for other nations. We'll start hating other nations. And it will lead to unnecessary and unhealthy competition among the nations. Okay. This nationalism, it is a positive feeling. It is a feeling of, love towards your country. But anything extreme will have negative impact. It will make you extremely proud of your nation. Then you will start developing hatred for other nations, which will lead to unnecessary and unhealthy competition. Okay, so this was the demerits of nationalism. So these are few questions, important questions from this chapter. Okay, you can expect one SAQ and one VSAQ from this. So let us now discuss your next chapter, another important chapter, that is rights and duties. Okay, rights and duties. This is another important chapter. So it has got some questions. You'll get one SAQ from this chapter. You don't get any LAQ. You'll get SAQs and VSAQ from this chapter. Okay, so let us start with the features of rights. The first thing is understanding what are rights. Okay, what are rights? Rights are your claims. Rights are your claims. So let us first discuss the features of rights. Rights are possible only in society. Okay, rights are possible only in society because they are originated in society. They don't exist outside society. See, if you are left alone in an isolated place, will you have any right? No. When you are living with people in a society, Okay, then you will have few rights. So rights, they originated in the society and they don't exist outside society. And you this rights you got these rights by birth. They are established only when the state recognizes them. The state has to recognize, the government has to recognize your rights. No doubt they are originated in society, but they are recognized only after the establishment of the state. Okay, they originated in society. We got rights from the society, but they are recognized only after the establishment of the state. So that is why we say rights are possible only in society. The next is rights are inherent in nature. Rights are inherent in nature. Inherent means it is transferred from one generation to another, next generation. So it is social contract theory. In the social contract theory, it is said that rights are inherent in nature and it is accepted in the modern times. It is accepted in the modern times. Rights are not absolute. Rights are not absolute. What do you mean by absolute? Complete. Rights are not complete. What do you mean by complete? There are certain restrictions imposed on your rights. Okay, you have free, for example, you have right to freedom. You have freedom of movement. You can move anywhere you want in the country. If there is some disturbance in the country, you won't be allowed to go there. So you can say, na, rights are not complete. Certain restrictions, limitations can be imposed upon your rights. Certain restrictions can be imposed on your rights. So that's why we are saying that rights are not absolute. They are not complete. Every right at a point of time, you have certain limitations to it. You have certain limitations. That is why we are saying that rights are not absolute. Okay. Am I clear with these 3 points? Let us move to the next. Now, rights are universal in nature. Rights are universal in nature means they are applicable to all without any discrimination. Each one of us, we enjoy same rights. We enjoy same rights. That is why we are saying that rights are universal. Okay, universal means which are applicable to all. Okay, rights precede the state. At the beginning itself, I told you the right existed even before the formation or origin or establishment of a state. But they are guaranteed only after, or they are recognized only after the establishment of the state. In first point, we have discussed right originated in this society. So before the formation of state, societies were formed. So people have, rights that time, but they got recognized only after the origin of the state. Okay, so that's why we say the right, they precede. Precede means they exist even before the state was formed. They existed even before the state was formed. That is why we are saying that rights, they precede the state. And rights are meant for the common good. Okay. The rights which are beneficial, only those rights are recognized by the state, which promotes common good. Only those rights are recognized by the state. Okay. So rights are meant for the common good. I hope I'm clear with these features of rights. We'll have quick recap of it. Rights are possible only in society. That means outside society, there are no rights. Then rights are inherent in nature. That means they are transferred from one generation to another generation. Rights are not absolute, means certain restrictions or limitations are imposed on rights. Certain restrictions can be imposed on rights. That's why we are saying that they are not absolute. Then rights are universal. Rights are universal. That means they are applicable to all without any discrimination. And they precede the state, means they existed even before the state was formed. Okay, and they got recognized only after the establishment of the state. And they are meant for the common good. They are meant for the common good. With this, I conclude my class. We'll continue in the next class. We'll continue with the same chapter, rights and duties.